Hey guys, I'm back on Machina's Intersecting wheels, and this is going to be a Celes solo run. Celes solo run on this stage is actually rather challenging, mainly because when the boss is on the ground, they can regen 30,000 plus brave after they take their turn, and because of the attack done aura, Celes will be hitting once for almost the entire fight, which means that she has trouble shaving the 30,000 brave, and eventually they will amass enough brave to one-shot Celes, or I guess two-shot Celes after her last stand. To get through this fight with Celes solo, you either will have to find a way to mitigate damage when the boss are grounded, and the way that I did it here is through the Gladiolus LD call, or you have to find a way to force the bosses to change their stance from grounded to airborne. The mechanics behind the stance change here is at the start when the bosses are grounded, after you take 15 player actions, they will change stance to airborne, and when the bosses are airborne, they will be grounded again after 10 boss turns. So at the start of the fight here, the idea is that you want to take 15 actions altogether before the bosses get their next turn and force them into the airborne stance, and this allows you to survive this part of the fight. The 15 actions that I take is 5 actions from the Selphie friend, 7 actions from the burst mode here, 1 additional ability which I actually used before entering BT mode, 1 shine age, and finally Celes's force attack. At the start, I only have the Selphie friend use 2 raptures. Do not use more than that, because if you do so, the bosses will gain too much force gauge and they will hit force time before you. This part of the fight is a little bit RNG based. Right here you have to use 1 shine age, and there is actually a small chance that the shine age will allow the boss to gain enough force to hit 100%. If it happens, then you have to reset and try again, but as you can see, it is possible that the bosses will be just shy of 100%, and this is the ideal situation. Immediately go into force time with Celes, and this locks in the boss's force gauge at 99.6%. This is also the 15th action that Celes takes, which then forces the boss to go airborne, and they lose their post-turn brave regen, and they also get the aura that forces you to self-delay by 2 turns when you take your turn, which is what you really want in this sort of strategy. Also, from the start, it is very important to leave the targeting cursor on boss A. Focus all your damage as much as possible on boss A. Coming up to Celes's turn, at this point the bosses are about to be grounded again, and once more this happens when they take 10 turns in total amongst the 2 of them. You need to be prepared for when they are grounded, so for this reason I use a Runic here. Runic is normally an instant turn ability, but because of the self-delay aura that the bosses have, Celes is then delayed by 2 turns. And right here, when boss A takes its turn, it will be the 10th turn that they get, and the bosses will alight. This will always happen. I've done this run like 5 or 6 times, and it's always the same scenario. The moment the boss lands, they lose the self-delay aura that they have, which means that you are now free to use the Gladio LD call, and then you can end her turn using LD to refresh her traps. The Gladio LD call has damage mitigation, so this buys you 2 more additional turns and allows you to gradually charge your force time bonus to 999%. I use EX here to refresh Celes's EX buff. Celes should have just enough trap duration to last until her next turn. So very nicely right here the traps has worn off, but Celes will get a turn here, so all you have to do is hit LD one more time to reapply all her traps. Now at this point, the Gladio LD call effect only has one turn remaining, which means that the next action that Celes takes will sort of wear off the damage mitigation. And because the bosses are still grounded, this means that you really have to pop summon next. Otherwise, without the protection from the Gladio LD call, the boss will gradually wear down and kill off Celes. Inside summon mode, what you want to do is try to finish off boss A as much as possible. I have no idea why, but for some reason Celes keeps getting a full EX meter every single turn inside summon mode, which I guess helps to finish off the boss. Since boss A is at 5% instead of EX, I decided to use LD here. I was hoping the LD would finish off the boss, but it survived at 1%. After summon mode, you need to take 5 more actions to force the boss into the air, and once the boss is in the air, you need to end your turn using BT+. I was really trying very hard to kill off boss A here, but this 1% seems to stretch forever. The moment the boss rises into the air, end Celes' turn using her BT+, and try to hope that boss A dies by the time Celes gets her next turn. With this, boss A is dead, and I thought this will also still be a run failure because boss B still has like 20% and I have no more damage mitigation. But as you can see, for some strange reason when boss A dies, the attack down aura is gone as well. I'm not too sure on the mechanics behind this. It could be that the attack down aura is only tied to boss A, so by removing boss A from the field there's no more aura. Or maybe both boss has an attack down aura, and when one boss dies, essentially the attack down is cut by half. Could be either one, but the good thing now is that Celes can start doing brave damage again, which means that it's now no longer any issue to shave the brave from boss B. I still take quite a bit of damage there, but that's partly because Celes's EX buff is gone, so the next goal here is to refresh her EX buff. The EX buff has a bit of attack up tied to it as well, so by using it, you now have enough attack stat to comfortably shave Brave from boss B, even though he's on the ground. All you need to do now is to whittle down the boss low enough so that you can finish him off with a series of runic attacks. That's it for this run. As always, I hope the video has been helpful, and if you enjoyed the content, do leave a like, comment or subscribe. It really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Shinryu fight. Bye!